on the Bible world. And I gave a lecture. I suggested the identification for Kol Hahar in Parshat Mas'eh. I think in a month, 3 weeks from now, Parshat Mas'eh. Okay, describes the northern border of Israel. Kol Hahar, the Bochamat. I suggested a suggestion, but nobody agreed with me. But maybe they will in 20 years.
Can we just read the Karlin for Hana?
But Orahah, not the southern one, the northern group too. And here's Lebanon. We're here, okay? Baka Valley. And this Metula, you look north, you can see this Twin Peak Mountain. See it?
Yes.
That's not Mount McKinley. No, that's in Lebanon. You can see from Metula. Okay, it's 45 kilometers from Metula.
No.
Just a little rocket shot away. Yeah.
I was on this mountain in 1980. And since then, I'm thinking about it all the time. Not all the time, but I'm thinking about it a lot. It should be done. This is my suggestion. Just on this, we talk for an hour. And the reasons why I think so, and the reasons why others don't think so. Okay.
What is white? White.
No, nothing. Not our own accord. On the other Horahah was there also, about Tetra.
Yeah.
That's where Aaron is. On the map, it's here 25 kilometers from Tula, 25 kilometers. Okay.
With the responses?
What?
Is that with the responses on top of the mountain?
No, were you there? You were in Lebanon? Ever? In Lebanon?
And you look down onto Lebanon.
No, that's Lebanon. That's 25 kilometers into Lebanon. The Hezbollah are there now.
It's like 40 years ago.
I was there in 1982. 1985. Okay. And my suggestion, the northern border, but there were other suggestions and
What are your suggestions?
from here from Tidon, Horahah.
Oh.
But where are we now?
We are now here.
I mean, where's our
Tzfat.
border now?
Here's Tzfat.
Where's our border?
Here's the border now.
Oh, wow.
And here's Horahah. Levo Hamat. So whole thing.
We're supposed to have those borders right now? In the
It's
Torah?
the border in Parshat Mas'eh. We will read from the Torah in the Torah in 3 or 4 weeks from now.
I like the one that says the Euphrates. That's the one given to Abraham.
Nahal, that's Minahal at Nahal. That's the promised. What about the land that has waters in Parshat Mas'eh? It's not. Okay, Parshat. I just showing one thing. Parshat in Lebanon. Now we're coming back to the Galilee. Okay, and we're going like to the north to south. Only in the Galilee. And only in the eastern part of Galilee, our area. Many of the things here I'm associated. You all know of Tel Aviv.
Sure.
Maybe many of you, maybe all of you have been to Tel Aviv. Now, go there, not now. Can't go there now, but go there. Tel Aviv, 2 of the most important discoveries ever made in archaeology and found. 1. The bricks, see it? I think you can see it.
Yeah.
You see it? A gate that's still standing with brick from the time of Abraham Avinu.
Wow.
And it says that he went past Dan. He went when he went after Lot. Okay? It says he went past Dan. So this. And another one in Ashkelon are the 2 oldest gates of a city that are still standing complete in all of the Middle East, even in Iraq. It's there in Iraq, Babylon, that's all non-original.
And how do you date it back to 89?
How do you date it? Because it took out the powder from the earth and no problem. It's dated 18. Now, at Tel Aviv, the other very important maybe most important biblical discovery found in the Galilee in the last 50 years. The inscription, I told you the inscription was the most important find. Inscription in ancient Aramaic. In the time of Ahab, Hazael, mentioning Hazael, king of Aram, the message was mentioned in the book of Kings. Hazael. Okay, here we see three parts of it. 1, 2, 3. We're not going to go through the whole inscription translated into English. The most important thing in the inscription is that it mentions, I, Hazael, killed Ahaziah, son of Yehoram, king of the house of David, and Beit David. Beit David. Okay? Beit David is mentioned about 120 years after David passed away. It is the earliest inscription mentioning David Melech.
Wow. What is the language?
Aramaic, ancient Aramaic, but the script is just like ancient Hebrew script. But the words, okay, Avi, okay, Vayishkach Avi, and then it's like Aramaic, like the Talmud. But this is Aramaic time of the Bible. 9th century BCE, about 830 BCE. This is fantastic. Just on this, they gave seminars in university just on this inscription. Joy, if we start asking me questions, we're not going to finish. Afterwards, I have so many things to show. Okay, near Metula, there's a big mound. See it? You can't go there. It's in the upper Hula Valley near Tel Chai, near the Karlin, right near Metula. Big mound, a very big mound. Okay, we're about it a number of times. Okay, it's called Ir Be'em Yisrael. That's where this comes from. This is yeah.
Expression.
Expression. Ir Be'em Yisrael. Okay, and we're excavating the last 10 years. University. I like to go with people here and we see where the wise woman, Beit Macha, threw down the head of Sheba ben Michli, who rebelled against David. Know that story? No, it's a boring story. But the wise woman did a good thing because she rolled down the head. And Yoav ben Tzruya didn't fire the city. So there are wars going on here. Okay? Now, and a number of years ago, they found this little piece statue. It's this big, miniature, from the time of David. It made headlines. But who is this person? Is it David? Is it Yoav ben Tzruya? You don't know. But it's from that level.
Maybe it's the head that rolled down.
Yeah. We were thinking about that also. But it's a little, it's made of science. It's made of science. It's like ancient glass. Egyptian glass. To be honest, I think that's the way right it is. Science. You heard it, you know science. Science.
That's where you put your money in the bank. Oh, no. Oh.
There, here, but he said,
Ir Be'em Yisrael. What does it mean?
That's like that.
City and mother of Israel. Ir Be'em, meaning
It's an important,
Ir Be'em Yisrael.
it's an important city. It's an important city.
Yafeh. An important city. It's a saying, very well known in Ir Be'em Yisrael. Tzfat. Ir Be'em Yisrael. Okay. Now, here are the capital cities of the different kingdoms of Israel and around. And we're talking about we have one here, Ishur. Ishur. And what would that be? Right near where the Jordan comes out into the Kinneret. It's called Archaeological. Park, Jordan Park, beautiful camping, right? Right there is an ancient mound. That mound is the capital city of the small kingdom of Ishur. You heard of Avshalom, the son of David? Okay, his mother Ma'acha is from Ishur. So his grandparents were there. So when Avshalom ran away from David, he ran to his grandparents, like our grandchildren of Tzfat. So he ran away from Yerushalayim. His grandparents in Ishur. But he ran away. He went to Ishur. And they're excavating in Ishur now for many 30 years. An Israeli who for the last 30 years is professor of archaeology at the University of Nebraska. Anybody from there?
No.
But he's an Israeli. He comes here all the time, goes back and forth, and he's been digging here for 30 years. He was looking for Beit Saida. He was looking for Beit Saida.
What's Beit
And
Saida?
Beit Saida is a town on Sheni. It's very important for Christians. So he was digging here, looking for Beit Saida. In the meantime, they found Beit Saida somewhere else. But Rami Allah was admit yet. But he did find
It's one thing with
a
drawing.
biblical tell, which was a big surprise. The capital city of Shur. And here we have the gate. Way and a little palace from that time, from about the 9th, 8th century BC. And they found here Astela, Astelot. In English, it's also stela, statue. Okay, to bow down to Avodah Zarah. It's not Jewish, it's not Israeli, it's Aramaic. And they found here the moon god. Here next to the gate. They found. Well, this is, this is how they make money for the next thing. Or they make movies, show that they get money from America. Okay? They go crazy. The Americans go crazy over this. Even though it's right here by us. Okay. So here's a simple one. That's it. In Turkey, Karlin, that area also. We're talking about also 9th, 8th century BCE. And the Israelite kingdom is here also. When you go down to Tiveria, before you come down to the Valley of Ginosau, Modar likes it. She knows the best place to go swimming.
What is it?
So you ask her if no one is there at 7 o'clock in the morning. She's not there. It doesn't even cost anything. It's a little further. As you go down, that's Kinneret. Kinneret is originally not the name of the lake. It's originally the name of the city that was given. Okay? Kinneret is the name of the city. And the sea, in the time of the Bible, is called Kinneret after the name of the city.
When you say city, well,
Okay, you're right. When I say city, you think Tel Aviv.
yeah, right. So
What kind of
population are you talking about?
You're right. You're right. We use the term city. What else? It's a mound.
A
That
village.
was an urban site
A village.
with maybe a few thousand people. When? In the 11th century, the time of Yoshua, Yoshua Shuftim, reached its peak, and this whole mound was occupied. Okay? In This is put in the bibliography called Kinot. Okay, I was part of the group here excavating for years. Okay, as you right before you go down to the Dinosaur Valley, this is the way to go. Okay,
On the settlement.
the gas station is
Got it.
after. Okay, so this is the tail. Here's where they pump
So
the
it's
water.
far as like over here somewhere.
That's the beach. It's the beach.
By the Hook Beach.
There's a beach also.
Yeah.
The Hook Beach is here, and here's the new, relatively new, Tzfat and Noam, the hotel.
You found
Okay, so this whole is a mound. Okay, now let's look. Let me show you what we find.
Right.
This is what we find here. Bituach. Cooking pots. And we draw that. A typical assemblage of pottery from the early Israelite period. When you go to university and the students learn about these eras, right? The hardest thing to learn is to remember the sections and what pottery looks like. Differentiate between the different times because the potters made pottery different in each period. Okay, and so we find we know more or less what time is, but we don't know if it's like 1100 BCE or 1080 BCE. We don't know. Carbon 14 is more refined. And technology is advancing to even refine more chronology. Okay, exactly know from when something was made. But if anybody finds a way to date this, which is made of earth, right? Anybody finds a way to date this absolutely with technology, they'll get the Nobel Prize. For what? Not for archaeology. There's no Nobel Prize for it. They'll get it for chemistry. There's no way we know till now how to date. We only know how to date organic material. When we find these, look at these flasks. Okay, monochrome.
How big is that in reality?
How old are they?
So how big? About.
Okay, 15 centimeters. Okay, this more or less like it is here. Okay, and cultic vessels, avodah zarah. But who are the people here? We argue. We don't know. Were the Israelites, the early Israelites, or Canaanites that were left here, or Arameans, or maybe some Phoenicians that came? We have conferences on that. September, we have a conference. September at the Immaculate College. I'll also be there, and we argue. Who are these people? Because the material culture is from different areas because they import these vessels. We don't know who are the people there.
Why we say it's not,
What?
we see there.
What do we see here? That's called.
Why I said it's bonus.
Are
you saying it that it's bonus are? That's what she wants.
Why are they cultic?
How do they know?
How did they?
How do you know what the bonus are?
Avodah zarah.
Yeah, how did? Oh,
Okay.
that's a lot.
Translate. It's in the target here.
Burning incense.
So juice burned in
A
some salt.
steakhouse, true, we don't know exactly what it's used for. But chalices are found in their countries, all over the country, in different mounds, and they were used for incense. Few found remained of incense.
After all these years.
I got it. Yeah, we're not going to get to the end.
No way.
We're not going to get to synagogues. How do we date them?
No, the
It's
incense. No, the incense is
Because
organic.
there's a little names left, so we have to really go to the left and see if something is left. That's only you can find on the left. Okay? Parshat Shavua, the last one.
Yeah.
Right? Look, we found a copper snake. It's probably not the copper snake that we read about. The copper snake that we read about
It's right on
is in the Arava Valley somewhere. Okay, you're north. But we found here also. Okay? And shop. And these are things that I found in college. Okay, I found a handle, a big jar. It's an imprint of what? Scorpion. What does it mean? I would have rather liked to have an inscription. That's the next best thing. Okay, it's maybe the symbol of the king of the city, the mayor of the city, king of the city. Yeah. Then 11th century.
An inscription is for the generations, right? An inscription is to tell something, if you don't have
This also tells us something we don't know.
no, but I'm saying that you have to think in terms of the future, like to make an inscription. This is I live now. I made this.
Maybe this means
This is
that,
found in Ramat. So I
maybe it means that what's inside is poisonous.
That's a possibility. Okay. I also found around ingots. Okay, that's the word. Ingot, metal, bronze. Okay, also more than 3,000. Bronze ingots, that's most. And one of them I sent to Weizmann Institute, and they cut it, and they saw the inside. So we have the middle, have the elements here also, and we publish.
Is it the decorations?
No, it's not a decoration.
It's like money?
No, they were used to go up to send ground, which is mostly copper, from place to place easily as ingots, and then they melt it down into like statues. So this is the way it was moved from place to place.
But they shaped it down?
They shaped it like that because it's easy to ship. Sometimes they ship that out to the Mediterranean, to other lands, and that's the easiest way to move it. I thought you were going to ask, what's the source of it? Where did it come from? Where do we have copper?
Timna.
Yeah, either in Timna or Kuno. Two places, Timna and Kuno, 100 kilometers between them, but they were once together because of the Syrian army. Bakasha. Now, we have a nice place called Rosh Pina. Rosh Pina. We all know Rosh Pina. You go down there, right? Today, then. But right. The old Shabbat Rosh Pina, 1882, wrong. 1878. People from Tzfat went down first in 1878, including my mother's family. Like my grandfather's cousin. They went down to start Galilee. And only in the 1990s did we understand, after I did a survey, that right underneath the area underneath the oldest part of the Moshe Ram is an ancient area. And I dug there, excavated there, and found a wall from the time of Yossi. And the wall was cut down by another wall. And how do I know that the Hellenistic wall from 2,200 years ago cut down the wall from the time of Yoshua, which is 3,000 years ago?
How do you know that?
How do we know? That's right. When I say Yoshua, I meant early Iron Age, about 11th century BC. But how do I know that? Okay, we have ways to know. When we dig down, we find the wall, we dig down, we get to the foundation. every wall, when it's built, even our houses, they built a trench first. And then they put in the foundation and build the wall, right? So in the foundation, right, what comes out of the foundation, the latest pottery, things that come out of the foundation, right, is always the earliest time the wall can be built. Okay, these are the ways we work in our gallery. In that foundation, right, of the Hellenistic wall, found this with an inscription. Okay, a Rhodian first and with an inscription dating it to 171 BC. In this case, I have an absolute. It's like,
How did they
it's like
date
a
it?
point. It's like a point.
How did they date it? The BCE is
Okay, you're right.
backdated.
You're right. It doesn't say BCE,
Right.
of course.
What does it say?
That's our translation
Right. What does it say?
of this. We know there are others handles with this inscription, and it's all signs, emperor, and roads. So it's like finding a point. Okay. Now in Rosh Hashanah, we also found a instruction. Okay. We archaeologists love destructions. Okay, because it gives us a lot of information. And in this destruction, Shikvat Kurban. Okay, and we go down into a cellar about from the time of Israelite. Okay, that's when Oni today went into Asa. Today is 34. That's not are in there since 2000, since 2004. Right, 2003 and 2004. And I excavated. It's like a cellar of a building time of the early of the Israelite building, 9th century. That's approximately the time of and when you dig here, we also find this chalice. So a chalice before. Another one here. And here it is. Put that together. Now the chalice. So who are these people? These are probably Israelites in the time of Achab. But it says in the Bible that they were full of avodah zarah. That's why we had destruction. First temple. That's a lot. And sinat chinam for the fighting, and that's later on. Avodah zarah, we find avodah zarah all over with the Israelites. Baruch Hashem, not by us. They, okay, we find it. Sure. Okay. We also have stone roller to pack the roof, the earthen roofs. I think this is the earliest one found. Okay, 2,800 years. If you go to Livnot Libanon, you can see one for 100 years. Same time, the same from 100 years. Because for thousands of years, they've been packing the roof the same way. Stone rollers.
Is this near Wadi Rosh Hashanah stick?
No, it's Jonah. It's underneath the parking lot of Old Rosh Hashanah. You know the parking lot there? It's fantastic. That's where I dug it. Right, you can't see it.
Which is the entrance to Wadi Rosh Hashanah.
No, it's above, on top. It's on top of where the Moshe by above. Right near the chocolate. It's not near, you know.
Like where they bake the message there?
It's not the bit, yes. That's
There's
Old Rosh.
even near the bar. Tangerine.
Near the bar. There's also a bar. So I found this in my excavation. A woman drumming on a tambourine figurine. These figurines, maybe 100 found all over the country in different places in the same period. Okay, so I wasn't so surprised to find this. And sometimes they find like this. Yes, you know, they have these little statues. These are probably Israelite statues.
Are they all identical?
Huh?
Are they identical? The ones found throughout the other country?
This one is a little bit.
I'm asking if it was made with a
I
mold.
published this, and I also wrote parallels. Okay, but they're a little different, but they're from the same world. Okay, Rosh Pina is a very important Israelite town. Right near it is a clump of important sites in that area of Rosh Pina. Why? Because in my opinion, Rosh Pina is the intersection of south and north. From here, anybody who wanted to go to Damascus, they made a right turn at Rosh Pina, not at Machanaim. Before that, they made a right turn here, or went north to Lebanon. So Rosh Pina, in the old times, this area was an important intersection. And at that intersection, we found in our survey 25 Una, fortified town, fortified town. We can still see fortification without excavation of an Israelite city. And you know what I mean by city? Like fortified villages, fortified by the Israelites, maybe against the Arameans or the Syrians before they came and conquered Galilee in 7 BC. This is a site waiting yet. It's right near Tuba. You know where Tuba is? We all know where Tuba is, right? All those friendly people. We have somebody coming from Tuba.
Why do you say Ramat Korzima? South.
Korzima is on the other side.
Wow.
Korzima is on the other side, south. South.
Yeah,
It's different.
It's like Ramat Korzima. It's from To'ar Yekir Tzfat. And in this area, we found about 25 sites. This one was the biggest surprise, waiting for us. Okay. And the old bridge of Gesher Benoit, the old bridge, we don't see it, but we found part of it, maybe this or this, part of this, not from time. It's only about maybe 800 years old. But it's on the way to Damascus, the old road to Damascus.
How does it mean you found it? How do you find
We
it?
survey, go around.
What does it mean? You like walk on every inch of
Yes.
Eretz Israel?
Yes.
Wow, Zfut al Halicha, you get all.
Yes.
Wow, you walk every inch of the land. You
Not
like,
all the land, but in the area that I surveyed.
Yeah.
Yes. Not Colosseum.
and then what? And then you like see a.
150 square kilometers, and I haven't finished.
Okay, so then you see something.
And then from the 150 kilometers,
Yeah.
I recorded about 7 sites.
No, how do you know it's a site? You like see.
You see, it's the pottery installations cut into rock.
Do you dig a little bit to see if it's something?
Good question, not a lot of things,
Oh.
but sometimes really want to know what's underneath. Sometimes you do a little digging.
Really?
But surveying means seker means to survey and to report to the state of Israel what's there. How many antiquity sites are in the computer of the Israel Authority?
7,000.
7,000.
I think you told us.
Oh, I asked you that.
Yeah, we got it wrong then. I think I'm getting it wrong now. Yeah.
40,000.
Wow.
40,000. Okay. And I surveyed about 6, 7.
Do you ever survey from the air, like helicopter?
Sometimes from the air. I went up maybe 10 times. And so I remember I used to go up with your tractor and used to look down. But today we don't do that anymore. Well, helicopter. 30, 40 years ago, I went up with pipe planes. And we surveyed, found things in the air. What do you find from the air? The ancient roads. And something we'll see soon also. Oh, yeah.
Are those places mentioned in Chronicles?
Some of them are mentioned in the Bible.
Yeah, like Gesher, not Yaakov.
Gesher Benoit Yaakov, it's a whole story. We're asking why is it called Bridge of the Daughters of Jacob? Did Yaakov Avinu come over there? That's something that I wrote an article on the traditions all these traditions of Yaakov and Yosef and Tzfat, Beit El, all these traditions which contradict the Pshat, they contradict what it says in the Torah. Yaakov came from Nachal Yaakov. Yaakov is not here. Yaakov is in Jordan Valley. Beit El is not here, right? But Beit El was identified with Tzfat. Okay, so that's why we have here Shem Ba'ev. But we're in Beit El. You didn't know we're in Beit El?
So that looks like the mountain.
Yes, that you know.
There's probably a
But
bunch of different.
here in
things.
Tzfat, people 1,000 years ago weren't so sure. They said, this is our Beit El here. Okay? And Dotan is where is the Amiad, where they threw Yosef. Well,
Really? Really?
and so everybody, all this, we are now in the middle of Canaan. How do you call our mountain next to us?
Come
Mount Canaan. Why? Because many years ago, people thought we're now in the middle of Canaan. And Canaan is around us. One problem I'm always asking, where did they identify? Did they identify Canaan? Okay, now we're delving into something.
But why are you not allowed to dig? Why are you not allowed to dig?
To dig, you need a special license. To dig. Okay, if you survey, fine. If you want to dig, you have to ask again to receive a permit. Somebody who's not an archaeologist can't dig. I excavated a lot, but when I survey, and I record it. Okay, you can go into the internet and see the hundreds of sites on the survey. Okay, the map of Oshtina, the map of Karlin hasn't been published yet. But Tiveria, just in Tiveria, I recorded 150 archaeological sites. Only in Tiveria itself and its surroundings. I hope to get to it. Okay. The dolmens of the Khorazim. There are 10,000 dolmens in the Golan and the Khorazim plateau. What's a dolmen? An ancient grave 4,000 years ago. Okay, I recorded about 600 in the Khorazim plateau, and there are thousands more in the Golan. Here are just a few of them. 1980.
Wow.
Today, there's the village of Amnon. Sorry, Amnon. No, Amnon. Village above the Kinneret of not far from Khorazim. Okay, before they made the village, before they put it up, I surveyed the site. Found all. Some we excavated. So these are dolmens, graves, and when we get to Parshat Varim, we can see and read that Og Melech HaBashan he had a bed. Okay, also Eres Barzel. He had a bed made of iron. I think we take an English translation and say bed. It's not a bed, it's a dolmen, which is grave. And Barzel, probably Bazelet, Hazot. But in the Torah it says he's in Rabat Ammon. I looked for him near Rabat Ammon. I was in Jordan a number of times. I didn't find him yet. I even looked a little bit for grave. But if I would have found him, probably would have been sacked. Stand, so if maybe better, I didn't find him. Not supposed to. But Jordan is full of biblical sites.
Wasn't Og from Golan?
Yes, but it says you're right. Good question. Okay, we read about him on Parshat.
Right.
Okay, but he's from the Golan, Italy, Bashan, Og Melech HaBashan. But it says in Parshat Varim that his bed is in Rabat Ammon. Okay, here's what a survey looks like. Of all the dolmens are recorded in the Rosh Hashanah map, 10 by 10 kilometers. You notice they're all here. They're not here. Tzfat is here. But this is where the result is. Okay. And sometimes we find findings in the dolmens itself, like this narrow Socratic chisel that we can date from about the 19th century BC. These are Canaanites. This was the time of Abraham. He's done. And also we find that it's not enough to look at it, to go into it, and to photograph it, which we do. We have to, some of them, we have to take a plan of it from above here, and a section of it, like architects, in order to present it to our colleagues. Okay, that's how we work, like architects. We learn a little bit architects. We're not architects. Okay, but we learn how to, do this. But sometimes we have the money, we bring them in from Yerushalayim, and they do this. And we look at them. Okay, Baksha. So here are all kinds of things in the field. Rabbi David Rothschild from Chabad here in Tzfat. You know him? He used to go out with us all the time. He loves this. He loves traipsing around. He still traipses around. And he finds things and he brings them to me. Okay, so Madame knows him most. So he's with us in our days. We find things in the building. Okay, 2000. Where is this from? It says Tzfat. Tzfat. Even in Tzfat, we have in this time 4,000 years old Tzfat. And here's from the excavation of 1806. Okay.
There's a Saraya up there, I think. On the left. I'm making it up. I'm making it up.
This was found in a cave opposite the entranceway to the high school. Madame has been teaching for 40 years. Which is high school. Okay. 1986. Bronze Naamite weapons.
Where?
Where are they now?
מתחת לבית שלה, דירת שושנה.
Who lives in Givat Shushan? Right underneath your house. It's here, but it's not there anymore. Okay, the weapons are in the museums, but you don't see the pavement. It's not there. There's a building on it. Well, depends. I don't know. It's on the road. It's right next to the road. In Miron also, Miron is an ancient site. Okay, I dug a little bit there, and right near Ketolash, right near this pottery comes up. This is the 4th millennium BC. These are bronze and Israelite. These are ancient, way before Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. So Miron is also an ancient site. No surprise of this water. It's a big spring there. With this water, here the people have been living for thousands of years. Okay, not only Rosh Hashanah. Tel Chatzor, which I can talk about Tel Chatzor also for hours, just Tel Chatzor, the biggest ancient town all of the land is Tel Chatzor. I want to show you one thing. See, today when you go north, take the road, goes around the street. Why? Because we didn't let them cut all of this. So we forced them, we the Israel Antiquities Authority. We told them you have to make a detour. That's why we made the left go around. Okay? But here also here. I excavated, surveyed, and found. This is what when you traipsed around, you saw this. You see it? You can see it, right? It's like a channel cut in the rock. You see it? We excavated it and found an ancient aqueduct. A channel. Look at this. I think. Use this. You see it? You see that line? It's a little hard to see. It's a line. This picture I took with a little from an airplane. I looked down and saw this crack in the mountain. And that's the aqueduct that all the water runs, the Chatzor, 3,800 years ago. It's the oldest hydraulic gravitational aqueduct in the Middle East. I think though it didn't work. They tried doing it, but it probably didn't work in the end. That's what I think. But I have colleagues who are trying to convince me, saying it did work, And if you didn't find it all the way down, it was probably washed down. So I excavated part of it. Look at it, see? Okay, this is from the time of Canaan, when they made Chatzor the most important city in Canaan, in the Middle Bronze Age, the Late Bronze Age, before Yoshua. Before was conquered by Yoshua, as described in Yoshua chapter 11. Okay, so even without showing Chatzor itself, okay, here is the plan. Okay, probably the little piece of the aqueduct here. See it on the slope of the tail. And here's the tail. And I think the water was emptied out to here. This hole in the ground in Chatzor hasn't been excavated yet. They're excavating here for 60 years. And I'm trying to convince them. Excavate here also. But they haven't. It takes hundreds of years to excavate.
There isn't, what is this? Okay.
Okay, that's this. You're talking about this water system.
Goes down for it.
That's this one. If you went down
Right.
and walked up. There's no elevator. In the Megiddo, you can walk down and come out. Okay. You're talking about this water system. They have maybe the next generation archaeologists. I know them young guys. I'm with them, talking with them and saying, dig here also. Okay, sure. Okay. I'm skipping. I'm skipping. Yeah, I'm skipping. I'm skipping.
Yeah, why is this the last one? Keep going.
I'm not going to get to the beautiful mosaics of the city.
No, I'm saying, why should we stop with this class? Do another one next week.
Right.
That's up to
They're the
you.
boss.
We want whatever.
Yeah.
2 weeks, you want to do it in 2, we have someone next week. You want to do it in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
Bravo.
To see 2 weeks. So what? Let me finish the last one.
We're not gonna see the mosaic floor?
No, we saw most of it, but just here also. There. We have 6 cities of refuge. Okay. Whatever I think we talked about, some of you said even Tzfat was considered a city of refuge for some of the rabbis. Not one of the 6, but one of the 48 cities of Levites. Yes, it could be Tzfat, maybe was Kitro. The 6 main cities of refuge are Remiklat, okay, Archaeological, Shechem, full of murderers. But that's, I'm just quoting the Gemara.
Right.
Talmud says.
Well, it's no wonder you're.
Yeah, that's what Talmud says.
Right.
And Kiddush. We know these places, Kiddush also. It's right near Yiftach. It's right near.
That where Deborah is buried?
Yeah.
Deborah.
No,
נפתלי וגם
Joy, you know too much.
נפתלי. גם נפתלי. On the other side of the road.
Ah, the grave. Grave of Deborah. Not the town of Deborah.
לא, לא. זה לא נפתלי, אני רוצה לראות.
The שטויות.
All of it.
That's not the Ari. Ari for the stumps. Not for share. Big flash, which is the Romans. That's it. 2 ancient temples. Was the Phoenician main cities, Bituach time of the Bible, Kadesh, which then was the northernmost city of refuge. These we know. But the ones in the east, we don't exactly know. Mostly in Bethel, we don't know. And Golan. Golan, where is the city of Golan? In the Bashan. The Golan is the name of the city, or town, the city of refuge. Today we call the whole area, but then they called the whole area Bashan. So where is Golan? It's a complicated issue, and we argue. Don't know yet. I suggest an article. If you want, send me an email. I'll send you the article on the identification of Golan. Okay, I'm not going through this, but the Midrashim, Mara, Tzfat and Tiveria, they discuss the identification of Golan Baruch. Some identify with Seleucia, which is one of the second century cities in the Golan that we don't know nothing. And the spring of Seleucia near Galilee. Okay, but is Seleucia there? We don't know. We argue. Where was the Golan? Where is the city of refuge of Golan? And the Gemara says it was somewhere opposite Kadesh Batalit, Neged Golan B'Bashan. Also, Josephus Flavius says it's not far from the old summit, from the Chula Lake. Right here. So this is a hint that at least he identified it, not far from the Chula, and not in the Golan far away east. So we have contradictions here. Golan really we would think it wouldn't be right next, it would be somewhere in the Golan. And so we think about it. I think that it was near Chula Valley. And so there are a number of possibilities along the slopes of the Golan. There are a number of sites. Okay, Moshe HaPalmach, for a well-known archaeologist from the Golan, he suggested Dalga. But Emmanuel Lamati thought that Seleucia is in Dalga. Okay, can't visit here because there are mines. These sites are mine. Mines. Shim. Don't go there. Like I did.
Wow.
I stepped from stone to stone. And I like Dalga, and I suggested Dalga also Golan. My colleague said, it's too close. I mean, Golan has to be in the Golan and not next to the Golan. I'm in the room. Right. Okay, so when I look at the Shia, see here, my very place opposite Kiddush, and it overlooks the Kula Valley. And also, we found points. Could be settled here. Anyway, I'm going to give you an example of things that we discuss, and things that will be decided maybe by the next generation. And the first scholar more work. Maybe they'll find an inscription. That's the best thing. It's very rare to find an inscription of a site at the site. By the way, Dan had an inscription in Greek, in the Hellenistic side of Greek, that says Dan. Okay, the god of Dan, it says. So that's really rare. Chatzor also. Chatzor, no argument. No Chatzor is Chatzor. It's fine.
How do you know that?
How do we know?
How do you know there's still mines there?
The mines all
Mines
over
there.
You know? But it's fenced around. It's time, same time. all over the Golan, they're working now in different areas to take out the mines. But I think now more there aren't enough people doing it. But for the last 10 years, taking out mines. But from Gesher Benot Yaakov up, they've been working there and taking out mines. There's still a lot of areas.
Have
See
the
the red
Syrians
sign.
put, the Syrians?
Syrians in the Golan, Syrians, and below the Golan, Greek also. Below the.
Is that where they use the nets to go up and down to,
Take out the mines.
to identify, show them?
We make fences, and the fences have yellow and red signs. To take out the mine, they have special technology. Sometimes they take a big tractor until he blows them out. Okay. Sometimes you can even hear the explosion. I think they're not doing it now.
They are.
Okay.
Guns.
So I suggested Golan is here. Opposite Chasidic, right next to enough. You would think that the six cities of refuge would be spread out. So that's the case against my suggestion. There should be some here more. And maybe in Seleucia, there's three. That's also not too far in. We still don't know where the Golan of the Torah. Golan is mentioned in the Parshat Karlin or Parshat Anam. You know, the three cities of refuge on the eastern side are mentioned in Torah. These three are mentioned only in Yoshua. Okay? In the Torah, it says because they went first they conquered. Just like you said, Melech HaBashan. First they conquered Ever HaYarden, the eastern part. So three cities, that's it, Hamidbar, Ramot, Gilad. Ramot is the name of the city. Gilad is the area. Okay, Ramot, maybe tell Ramia. I didn't get to tell itself. Sort of. The Golan is very. We have the Golan where we're here, but we don't know where the city of Golan is. Still a lot of questions still waiting to be answered. Okay, well,
What? How much could be far further north? Hold on. Couldn't be far like maybe.
Maybe. Fine.
I don't know.
What do we need? First of all, it has to be a big site. It has to have remains from time to time. Moderate. If it's only Hellenistic and on, okay, there aren't so many sites. It could be in the Bashan beyond the border to Lake Syria. No. Yeah. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm leaving the whole story of ancient synagogues, mosaics, and Tiveria, and all that, and maybe some other. Okay, but I just want to show you something, one thing. I have a few moments. Okay, that's how this is. No, I need to. Okay. I want to show you one thing. Okay. Okay. Now, in this presentation, I have 100 slides, more than the first one. But what I want to show you is one thing we talked about. It's also Parshat Shavua. Okay. Tiveria is a whole world. Okay. In Kol Kavod Tzfat, our beautiful Tzfat, okay, We don't have a Roman theater. We don't have a Roman city from the time of Rome.
We have to go to.
Okay,
It's
but
a bracha. We don't have
we
a
have-
church, we don't have a mosque. It's a bracha.
Yafeh, but we have a beautiful Jewish quarter that Tiveria doesn't have. But I want to show you these the areas. Because that's Parshat Shavua. Right? Miriam. So I'm going through Tiveria. We'll see. We'll talk about Tiveria later. And I'll just get now. There Miriam, according to the Talmud, is in the lake, in the Kinneret. Okay? And there's a number of passages in Talmud, Shabbat, that mentions and describes the well of Miriam in the lake itself.
Okay.
Now, I mentioned that it says in Masechet Eruvin that the Be'er Miriam, then if you go up to the Carmel mountain and you look down, you can see the well of Miriam. Okay? So what would you think? That the Be'er Miriam is in the port of Haifa, right? No. People of Tiveria identified with the mountain above Tiveria, the To'ar Mountain, where the hospital is. It was identified by them as the Karlin. Just like here in Tzfat, they identified Tzfat, Beit Knesset. So they identified the Karmel, the To'ar Mountain, okay, and other things. The whole area, this whole eastern Galilee was identified mistakenly. Okay, they didn't go and learn about Israel University. It was their popular belief. But in the Talmud it says Be'er Miriam in the it was Nivla, okay? It was swallowed up or in, right? And in the Torah we read, and Miriam until she passed away. B'zchuta, right? The schut, first we had water after she passed away. That's when we had Mei Meriva. That's when they didn't have water anymore. Okay? And why was it? Why B'zchuta? What's her schut? That she saved Moshe. Okay? She saved Moshe in the Nile River, in the water. Hard for me to understand.
Why is it in the lake?
It's not you, it's me. It's me. It's not your age.
I mean, the source. Why
Why did we wait?
If it was
With what?
Not if within the lake, on the land.
Yes.
no.
Why in Eretz Yisrael? Why not outside of Eretz Yisrael?
when we were wandering in the desert.
Good question. You're asking why was it left in the Kinneret? Why didn't it come into Eretz Yisrael?
No, why is it not in Egypt, in the Sinai, in the place that we were wandering in the desert?
You're right. Because it came, first of all, good question. And the answer is because the people of Tiveria, they believed that opposite Tiveria was Arvot Moab, the plains of Moab, where Bnei Israel came into, and they identified Jericho with Tzemach, Beit Yarach. The people of Tiveria, when I say Tiveria, I mean all the Jews living around here. They identified wrongly that the whole story of the entrance of Bnei Israel entering Canaan happened right at Tzemach, coming up to Tiveria. And so the well was left right before Eretz Israel in the Kinneret. Kinneret for them was the border between Eretz Israel and the other side of the Jordan. Actually, when you go down to Tiveria, we continue down to Tzemach. Right before Tzemach, across the Jordan. Huh? So the college, the Emek Evelyn College, is on the other side of the Jordan. Okay, so they thought Bnei Israel entered from there, and if this is the border, this is where Be'er Meyam was left on the border.
It was a road.
But that's a good question you asked. You're right, because it's far away. We're far away from the desert, and you would think we read in the Torah that Miriam passed away in Kadesh, right? And so there we would think well would stay there. You're right.
But it was a rock,
But
right?
tradition says it came up to
It was a rock that gave water. It was a rock
the rock.
that gave water.
The rock.
So
No,
that
she's saying,
was
what's the Be'er? Is it a
well,
rock?
it
or-
was a rock that gave water, so they carried it.
Okay, you're talking the rock that gave the
No,
water that we
it's not
that we
there,
read
no.
about. Okay, that's something else.
No, she's saying there is.
What was the Be'er? She's saying it's a rock.
The air was just a pen, or was the water coming out of a rock?
I never looked. I never saw it. I don't know.
I think it was a rock.
I don't know. Does it say? It doesn't say specifically that there was a well that went along with them, Miriam, until Kadesh. There's the the song, Aviv Be'er, that we have in Parshat Chukah. The song, the Shila. Okay, there it hints about a Be'er, a well, but it doesn't say before that a well accompanied them. And this is the second time that they're complaining they don't have water. One Shmot. The second time, now he hit the rock. He didn't talk to it. Okay, that's Parshat Shavua. And the water came out. You're asking where's the rock? No. If you ask me, somewhere in the Arava, or maybe in Syria. It's far away. But the people of Tiberia, the Be'er came to here. Okay. Now, on the shore of Tiberia, okay, a picture that was taken 100 years ago. Okay, I found this picture in the archives, Israel Antiquities Authority. And I looked for these pillars on the shore, and I found it. Okay, and soon you'll understand. Okay, here's a picture I took maybe about 10, 15 years ago. Here's a picture I took in the 1980s with the pillars. If you go there now, you'll see pillars covered up by water. You won't see them as
Where is
okay,
it?
now why am I mentioning this? Because the Ari
Right.
went with the Rechov HaPalmach down to Tiberia. After Rabbi Chaim Vital complained, I don't understand you. You're talking too fast.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you're telling me. And so the Ari said, come with me. They went down to Tiberia. They got on a boat. And they took the boat from Tiberia, probably to the south. And then the boat came to pillars. Okay, that were stuck in the water. And the Ari took a cup and with the water between the pillars, it said, and gave her the kind of to drink the water from between the pillars. And then the Ari tell the kind of now you'll understand me because now you're drinking the waters of the well.
But where is
Where is this? You know Tiberia? Go down to Tiberia, you go down to Chameteville.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, you go on the way to Chameteville, right before the hot springs of Tiberia. There's a circle. In the circle, there's a stone with a menorah.
Right.
Okay? The menorah is the first. I'll show you the menorah. Show you the menorah itself. See that? That's the menorah that was found in 1921. A replica of it is on the circle. This original is in the Israel Museum. This is the menorah found in the synagogue of Hamat. This is the first Hebrew, Jewish archaeological excavation in Israel, 1921. Okay. Now, so you go to that Kikar, you stop and walk down the steps. It's right there. Okay? It's right there. Okay, but let me just finish up and show you. Okay. Now, this picture is from the 1920s. So I knew this. And when I did my survey of Tiveria, I found these pillars and identified these pillars with the pillars of Rabbi Chaim Vital, who describes Chaim Vital doesn't describe them in Shara Kavan in the 8 Shmone Shalim. You learned from Chaim Vital.
No, we know the story.
It's very, very hard to understand. But he has a student, Yaakov Tzemach, and he wrote a book, Nagid U'Mitzav. And Rabbi Yaakov Tzemach quotes Rabbi Chaim Vital in his book, Nagid U'Mitzav, and describes exactly these pillars. Chaim Vital himself mentions Be'er Miriam. He doesn't give an exact description here. But his student, Chaim Tzemach, quotes Chaim Vital, and he gives a well enough description for us to look for the pillars to find. So I suggested these pillars mentioned Chaim Vital, and this is where the Albi identified the well of Beyaz. That there's no well there now. There are only pillars. Okay? But people still go there and they take they go to Chutzal, take water from there. But others go out on a boat. Does anybody go on a boat?
Yeah.
What did they tell you?
It's
We do a
there.
triangulation. We take the Tiberius, go south
To where?
to, you have to look at the Mayor Balanes.
Okay,
So we're out from Mayor Balanes in the,
okay. And then you jump out?
no, that's off the boat and we stay on it. For Miriam Hanavila.
Fema, who suggested to take you opposite of Bimal Balanes, the captain of the boat, or somebody else?
The woman who organized it.
Okay, Nechman. But if I would organize it, I'd take And today, with the water is so high, you can even take the boat close.
Wow.
The water must have been high when the Arizal all went there because it was.
Why?
That's what I wrote in my heart.
Why?
I wrote in my heart because Joy is correct, because Joy said that if they took the Ari to build up water from between the pillars, that means the pillars themselves were in the water, and the boat reached the pillars from close to the pillars.
So were they taller then?
I think you're right. It was more or less like this today, maybe even higher. And even today, when you go down, it looks about here, like you can hardly walk here. But you can still see the pillars in the time move from the University of Haifa excavated. I brought them, and they excavated here. But they didn't find really anything. They don't understand what is still. After we excavate, we don't understand what the pillars are.
But they left pillars.
Maybe it's a dock.
Why are the pillars there?
Okay.
Well, maybe there
Professor
was a
Yisrael
spot.
Hirschfeld thought it's a dock. Okay.
It could be a dock.
I did not think a dock. A dock. No. I thought not. Okay, because there's also a wall. So here's how short this wall is. So here it's a dock. But in the end, this wall is not one wall, it's pieces of walls. But we don't understand what they're part of. Not all the time do we excavate and understand what we're finding. It has to be done. There's more work that has to be done. There's first type of thing. And they also excavated some of the things. And they didn't come with a kind of conclusion. They can't publish it.
So do they know if this is the top of taller pillars or the bottom of pillars that fell over?
Good question. We don't.
At least they left the pillars, didn't they?
No, they.
Yeah.
But it looks shorter than the earlier picture. Is that because it got filled in with silt and stuff?
Okay.
Yeah, that looks, those look taller than the other one.
First of all, I'm debating.
They look bigger too.
Is this picture like this, or is it should be the
Oh, yeah.
opposite? Okay, I did it. I took the computer and I turned it around. I'm not sure which is the correct way it's photographed in the 1920s. That's another.
I mean, like from the north to the
And
south. this is
As a
the
matter of
south.
fact, when I look at the pillars today, I can't identify.
So either the water moved it or people moved it.
I don't know. Don't know. So the next generation will know more. Okay, so far, I think I didn't find any other place.
No, nothing.
But you know, there are some areas more towards the area where private people took over parts of the beach. You can't see today, but you could have seen there maybe 100 years ago. I still think this is where the we go. And that's the way, if you go to the internet, write the area BER, and if you write my name, it'll come out. But it's not 100%. So at least we go there. I'll shut your mouth. All of Tiveria, we'll do some other time.
Too bad
We
you
have
didn't
all these synagogues.
Right.
Just look what we have coming up, all the synagogues in Tiveria. But look at the Migdal, the Beit Sheni synagogue, and all these, and the menorah here, seeing all this ways other time, and especially the mosaic floors. All these mosaic floors that we try to understand. What are these scenes actually showing? Sense. Migdal and Migdal Bafel, and the archaeological magnets from University of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Anybody from there? Okay, and people working here on all these inscriptions. Okay, these are discoveries from last. Okay, Migdal Bafel, Shimshon, Yonah, who's that? That's Yonah Navi being swallowed up.
Wow.
But there wasn't one fish. There were three. It doesn't say that Yonah, but it says that in the Midrash. But this is the first time we're finding mosaic floors from 1500 years ago of synagogues of Jews. Where we have the Midrash displayed in art. That's a big chiddush. But they didn't know that. There was an argument. Okay, other midrashim they talked about it only in the Beit Medrash, or or did the star people know about them? Here we have the art of the midrashim. But we'll talk about that.
People like the story.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much.